Hey guys, so today we are going to learn some basics of Canva. So first of all, let me open the home page and let me start some random project. I will be adding a new page and removing this black color from here. Let us discuss about text. So in Canva, you can add a text by clicking at any of these buttons. You can change its size by using these handles. You can also change the spacing of the box. And you can double tap in order to change the text. Now there are various fonts available, and other than that there are various ways in which you can tweak the text. You can change it as capital or small, you can change the size, you can change bold, italic, whatever is available with the particular font. You can choose whatever color you want for your font, and there is a color wheel available for you to make the selection. And then there is this nice tool called letter spacing or line spacing, using which you can change how much area they take in your design and how much sparse the letters look. In order to align your element to the center, middle, left, right of the project, you can use the position option here and align it. You can change the transparency, you can add certain effects. For example, this lift effect is useful if you want to bring out a light colored font in a light background. You can also change the curvature of the font, which is very interesting in certain designs. Canva also offers dynamic animation features, but we will not be discussing them. Also, suppose you want to have the same style in a text, then you can copy and paste the style. You can also add page numbers in your project by going over to the text box and then selecting page numbers. You can tweak how exactly the page numbers look, which pages have the page numbers, and after applying all those changes in a single block, you can click apply property to all pages in order to apply it to all the pages. Then there are certain other text manipulating tools available. I myself have not used them, but you might use them if they look good in your design. There are many apps available in Canva which can perform various kinds of tasks. For example, this equation app helps you to add certain equations into your design. Now let us discuss about elements. Elements are like the backbone of a certain design. Let us begin with picking some random element and placing it here. I'm not thinking of any particular design here, I'm just bringing in any elements I want. These alignment lines are useful for placing the element. Control scroll zooms and shift scroll pans the screen. You can also use this bar, obviously. Now let us add some tree into our design. We can tweak the how this tree looks, the same way that we adjust things for an image. Also, Canva brings out the colors available inside the elements, so you can tweak them individually. Now let us discuss about images and uploads. So let me search out a random classroom image, and we can bring it into our project by clicking, dragging and dropping this file into the open project. So it will automatically upload it into our uploads section, and now you can tweak all the properties of it just like you do with any image. You can apply certain filters available for you. And now I would like to show you one tool. This is shape cropper. You can crop your image in any shape using this. For example, if you want to cut out certain logo from a square image or something like that. Another very important feature in Canva is this PG remover, which comes with the Pro features. So you can click it to remove the background of the image, and such elements can make your design quite cool. Now suppose you have certain elements which are present, but you want to pick the one behind the front one. Then you can go to your positions option right here, and then you can adjust the layers by clicking forward, backward and so on. So I brought this text box forward, and now I can deal with it easily. This guy, I would like to remove the background, but maybe I don't like this image. I would like to search some other image. I'll click and drag and drop in order to upload it in my file. And now I will remove the background and fit it somewhere. One very nice tool I would like to tell you is duotone in Canva, using which you can turn your image into a single color monotonous element. This can help you create some kind of color harmonies, and you can also change how the colors produce the contrast in your monotonous image. Now if you want to bring out the layers of your project, you can press Alt 1. Well, now I am making certain changes according to my liking. Somehow I want this image to look good. I use different fonts, I use different sizes in order to bring out some kind of aesthetic value. Yes, so Canva brings out the colors of the images that you upload. Remember to use these colors as often as possible because they help to maintain the color harmony in your project. Now I am adding certain border elements. I am freely using the flip option in order to flip the elements, and you can press Alt and click and drag in order to produce a quick duplicate of an element. Pressing Shift and then selecting various elements groups them together temporarily. You can change certain features of these elements at the same time using this tool. Also, suppose you change the color of one of these elements and you want to just paste the style to the other elements, then you can go to this copy basic style and just click and paste it like this. In order to crop an image, you can simply hold and drag these handles in whatever direction you want to crop them. You can control and scroll and see how your project turned out. Now suppose you shift select different elements, then there is this option of grouping them together. A shortcut for this is Ctrl G, and this lets you create a single element from various individual elements, which is very useful in design consistency. You can duplicate it using that option, or you can press Alt click and drag in order to produce the duplicate. You can paste the same kind of border or the element structure in order to maintain the design consistency. There is this brand option available in Pro Canva, which lists out the particular logos, fonts and all which have to be used by the designers in order to maintain the identity of the brand. Now let us talk about the uploads option, using which you can upload various images and whole folders and PPTs into your project in order to use them in your design. So here I am picking out a fire image, and you can press Ctrl square brackets in order to adjust the layers, or you can go to position and adjust the layers manually. You can also go to arrange and bring it forward or backward. Now I would like to remove the background of this fire, and I don't really know what to do with this element. Let me find some proper spot for it. Well, I would like to add a bit of a shade behind it, which I can do using shadows option, so that it comes out, it kind of pops up in my design. Well, that was for design purposes only, no other intentions. And I would like to show you this website remove.pg. If you don't have a pro account, you can still remove the background using this particular website. You might have other good options also, which I might not be knowing. Whatever. Now I would like to tweak it a bit more. I would like to add a stroke under this text. I just feel that it might look good. And tada, our design is ready. By the way, you can always create a square selection box, and you can select various elements and paste them anywhere you like. This power is useful in maintaining the design's consistency by reusing elements. You can use the pages view or the grid view in order to handle various slides at a single time. Now you see that the border has gone behind. So how do I bring it up? So I can manually adjust the layers from this position tab, and I can bring it up. Now you see it is like visible clearly. You can use the tools available here, although I have never used them. You can bring out a circle by pressing C. You can bring out a square by pressing S. And you can bring out this shape by pressing R. I have no idea what to use this as. You can press T and get a text box easily. There are many apps available in Canva, but just as they say, only 20% of learning is required in order to do 80% of the stuff with any software. So it is just like that. Now let us think about design. So I will try to tell you as much as I know. Always think about emphasis, what you want to emphasize. Try to emphasize using size, using any kind of contrast which can come out from hues, the brightness levels, the saturation, the sharpness, and just try to tweak the elements in a certain way so that you can bring out your message more effectively. You can duplicate an element to create certain kind of patterns. It's all up to your own creative process, what you want to do with the features available to you. Creating some kind of color harmony is very important, and if you know certain concepts from color theory, they can come very handy in your design. Also, remember to tweak your text in a certain way to create symmetry, balance, and space in your design. You can change the shape of the box, you can change the spacing between the letters and the lines in order for it to look easy to the eye. Use less saturated hues because there are much greater variety of them available and they are easier to the eyes. Create simpler blocks for it to fit visually in a better logical way. Use arrows and underlines and all in order to guide the eye to the main subject of your poster or the brochure. You want to emphasize the idea that you want to sell, but also remember to play around with the design. Tweak the colors of the elements, the positions of the elements, the orientations of the elements, and all these stuffs in order to bring out certain aesthetic values. Use the grouping and duplicating tools in order to promote reusability and consistency in your design. Now let us see how to use templates in order to brainstorm and come up with ideas which are available in the internet already. So you can pick out any template, open it, and then make changes to the text, the color, the elements, and all those stuff in order to suit it to your own needs. And now let us see some examples. So I'll be showing you two brochures that I made. One of them was for a painting workshop and another for an origami event. I hope you can see how I have tried to emphasize what I want to tell. These hands I have picked from a painting called the Creation of Adam. I have searched it into the Elements tab in order to bring up these elements. I have used the font style in a certain way which vibes with the idea of painting. I have used the duotone feature because I did not like the original black and white image, so I just made it red because I thought that it is suiting with the color of the Dhanak logo and the painting font color. I have summarized all the key points here, and this might not be a very good design. I think it gives the idea. In this particular design, you can see I have created many grouped elements. For example, here, this element has been grouped using a gradient, a circular gradient. Actually, gradients are very useful in making other elements pop up by using it behind those elements. You can search out gradient word and you can use these gradients freely in your design. Here behind this gradient, you can see I have used a paper kind of texture. You have to think about the purpose or the idea that you want to tell. Because the design revolved around the idea of origami, hence I used this kind of texture. This Ori Dojo text is also a grouped element actually, because this hand has been searched out individually. So you can search any such elements, and if you want the similar styled elements, then you can go to the menu and click see more like this, and it will suggest to you elements that are similar in design to it. You can use templates for design ideas. For example, if you are not coming up with good ideas, then you can go to templates tab and search out one simple keyword related to your requirement. Here I have, for example, used this dog origami and that font for this Ori Dojo thing, you see. And I have used the design from another template for adding these elements behind. But then I have given my own touch to it. I have used such kind of elements in order to bring out certain theme inside my design. I've used a quote, I have used a border, which is also a grouped element, and you can adjust in these individually and group them later. You can also see how I have used space and size in order to emphasize things. And now an important point about the theme, how I have used a certain kind of repeating structure in every slide. Like for example, this I have used a Top Gun font and then added a background behind it, and I have put it in line in different slides. I have added an element of Japanese text because our Dhanak theme relates to mythology. So I tried to create that feel using these elements. And also for management of different kinds of elements that I will use, I have stored them at the end. You can download your file in various kinds of styles from the share option. I hope that this video was useful to you. Treat designing as an art. With practice, you can always get better and better at it. Thank you.